Hello, welcome back to my Eurovision journey. I feel like that's what I'm calling this series now because I just keep saying it. My Eurovision journey. Today we're going to do 3 songs. Un, deux, trois. Does that give you a hint to who we are doing? We are doing France. I have to say, during Eurovision in the past, France is never my favourite. And it's not only not my favourite, it's usually like one of my worst. However, back in 2013, Antonine Beaujois, Amandine, singing Léon Faire Moi, Léon Faire?
Something like that.
Singing something like Léon Faire et Moi. I don't know why, but I just really love that song. And then last year, with Bilal Hassani, I think his name was, Roi. Oh my god, that was so good. So, I feel this year they've got a lot to live up to because, I mean, normally I don't really like them, but last year it blew my mind. In fact, I listened to Soho a lot, and I listened to the one that won, obviously, because it was amazing. But after that, it was Roi on repeat, on repeat, on repeat, on repeat, on repeat.
Yeah, we were obsessed with it last year, that one.
We were. Roi. Thank you. Okay.
What did you...
So this year I said to myself, Aaron, what should you review? And then I said to myself, I'm going to review France. So France as a whole has such a beautiful language. I mean, I went to Paris last year and I was just like, talk to me. So I really hope that this year they send something like last year's that is incredible beyond belief. But I've actually already heard in like the sort of hubba that there is not the best reviews on it. So I'm gonna review it myself because my opinion matters more than anyone else's. And I'll let you know what I think. So this song is called The Best in Me by Tom Lieb. Now, my first opinion before even hearing it is France has such a beautiful language, and no matter what country you are, if you're participating in Eurovision, I love when you write in your own language because it's just what it's all about. So already it sounds like it's in English, so I'm already a bit like... Tom Lieb, The Best in Me, let's see how it goes. Is this the stage? It's an Eiffel Tower. He's got a nice voice so far. And he's very handsome. That's cool. Eiffel Tower stage. Oh, he is singing in French. Now it's English. It's multilingual. Melody line is very, very simple, which could possibly be forgettable. You are also maybe a bit boring. Cool, something's about to drop. No. Okay. It's very one line at this point, I think. Still waiting for some kind of growth and development. Okay, so there was sort of a big power note that wasn't that big and powerful, so it's quite underwhelming, but it's okay. Let's keep going. You are. Okay, so I know that he's saying that you are, but you are the best in me, but like that's like, I mean, there's no depth in that lyric, and it's all he's saying. That was a nice chord. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a bit bored. Okay, this is a very Westlife key change stand-up moment. Get off your stool! Falsetto, strong. How does he remember these lyrics? Oh my god, I would struggle. It's not the real Eiffel Tower, is it? No. Is it? Is it?
I don't know, I think so.
What?
Quite big to be a fake one.
Well, so the most impressive part of that whole performance for me was the Eiffel Tower, and let me tell you, I've seen that before. So, what do I think about this song? You are, but are you? No, you are not. So I think the song, its melody line was very simple. The progression of the song was lacking in the fact that there was none. There was not really any development except for that one very unnecessary key change towards the end of the song. The vocals, he had a lovely tone to his voice, I'll give him that, he had a lovely tone, I really enjoyed his voice. But I think he could have pushed himself a lot more, like he was going for notes that were well within his range. He could have easily pushed and gone a bit higher, which would have made the song a lot more enjoyable because, you know, when you see somebody pushing their vocal ability, you're like, yeah, that's clean work. Yeah, I don't think the song was very current at all, I think, and also I don't think it represents the modern music industry in France either, which is kind of what Eurovision's partly about too, to sort of show like what your country is doing at the moment. And France, I'm sure you've got a lot more talent and interesting songs than that, so I don't understand.
Very wise,
Thank you,
I never thought about it that way, yeah.
I'm very wise. For Eurovision 2021, we don't know where it's going to be held yet, but we know where it's not going to be held, and that is Paris. But France, don't hate me. I love France. I love Paris. I love like your culture. I love you. Just not the song. Please don't hate me. Okay, next up, who have we got?
UK.
Okay. So the UK has sent some questionable songs.
You think?
I think I said this in another video. They've always got like a good singer, and the songs just are very underwhelming, and the performances are always really underwhelming. So, oh my god, we're reviewing my home country. I can't breathe. I'm so excited. Let's go. Oh, I'll type it in then. So, last year, the song for UK, his voice was so brilliant, but the performance was really lackluster. There's been times before where they've sent, like, I feel the UK have really tried to sort of make an impression, like they sent Engelbert Humperdinck, who's kind of like a star of the UK. We've got...
like 50 years ago?
I mean, yeah, obviously 50 years ago or so. But what I'm saying is they were like trying hard because he was famous, if you know what I mean.
Who was the other one?
And we also had Bonnie Tyler. Oh, she was so good back in her day. But but her voice, I feel like her croak that she has to sort of, that's sort of her sound, worked really well. But many years has passed since then, and I feel like watching her on Eurovision, her croakiness is taking hold, and it's almost like she can't make certain notes, and it was difficult to watch that performance, I have to say. So I've heard like a very small snippet of this year's song, and from what I hear of it so far, classic UK ballad, strong vocals, so I'm not going to say anything just yet, but let's see what it is. One thing, actually, I remember one year, the UK did this sort of like national challenge to find a person for Eurovision, and it was with Andrew Lloyd Webber. And for that year they came fourth. So it's like the UK has a lot of potential to actually do well if they put their minds to it. They have a lot of potential. They have like so much potential to like win Eurovision.
And humility.
And like I personally am really humble, and I know that like what people want. So I've been very excited to listen to this song. I've been holding myself out like a good little boy because it's just been released and I wanted to have my authentic reaction for you guys. So this is James Newman. My last breath. Here we go. I can barely contain myself. Ooh.
The breath.
Oh, it's...
The breath is the life force. If you control the life force, the force of life is with you. And there is nothing that can stop you.
Is that James Newman? I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure that's just an actor. Oh.
Some people let go. Some people let love slip away.
Oh, nice voice. It's very gruffly. It kind of sounds like, yeah, Rag and Bone Man-esque. Nice melody line.
And I know
I really like his voice.
But I swear that we'll survive if we were deep sea divers.
Is this the chorus?
And no one came to find us.
I mean, yes, it's a bit weak.
If you had nothing left, I'll give you my last breath.
Okay. Yeah, it's very like commercial sounding. And there's a lot of power to it, but I don't like the hook at all so far. I really like the verse though. When we're alone. And I like the sort of dynamic changes, sort of quiet, and then powerful, and then quiet, and then powerful. I will. Such a shame. Don't like the sort of hook of the chorus. I don't feel like it has the same sort of power that I want from this song. But at least they're singing in their native language, so that's good. I like that offbeat, my last breath. Here we go. Very sort of soft middle eight part. And back to that underwhelming chorus. Oh. It's kind of like very Avicii. Very Avicii sounding. My last breath. Okay.
I'm not afraid of death. I'm afraid not to live.
Oh, bit of an
Every
outro.
moment should be lived.
I don't want to watch the outro.
outro.
Okay, so I have come here with a heavy heart to admit that I do not really like it that much. I thought the verse was really cool. It's sort of, I really liked the vibe of that. It was sort of had a bit of a pump to it, a bit of a rock, and his vocals are beautiful, lovely tone. But the chorus is very underwhelming. There's not really a strong hook line in the chorus, which is the part of the chorus which you really remember. Like, it just wasn't there for me.
It didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I thought that there wasn't huge amounts of development. I mean, I liked the sort of dynamical changes, but in the grand scheme of the song, it was not hugely progressive, and the development was meh, minimal. So I can definitely hear this song on the radio station, like BBC One Radio, like Sam FM. It's gonna slot right into these pop tracks that we've got in the charts at the moment, but you know, it slots right in perfectly, which means it's not really hugely rememberable. I've said it again.
This is gonna be like your slogan. Is it memorable?
So it's not hugely memorable. So I think overall the song is probably written for the right side of the scoreboard, and maybe like the lower right side of the keyboard of the scoreboard, which is really, really sad for me to say because it's my, you know, home country. And I really wish that we would do well one of these years, but yeah, but we can't seem to write a song that will stand out and be original. I can. So I think that it's yeah, it's not gonna do that great, but like I said, I really liked his voice. I would listen to him. I would like to listen to his album actually, because I'm sure that if he was sort of given the reins maybe, then I'm sure he's got lots of nice songs. This is probably not one of them. So the next country we have is
Ukraine!
Ooh, I've never technically been in Ukraine. I went from Moldova once to the UK, but I had to stop off in Ukraine. So that's the extent of my knowledge. I think Ukraine's a really good contender in Eurovision. Every year they sort of send different sounding songs. I mean, we've had rap in the past, we've had ballads, and we've also had very Eastern European wailing kind of sounds with Jamala, which actually I didn't like at first, but it grew on me. They've been in the top 10 like so many times. They've won twice. I mean, twice in the last, what, 15 years? Right?
I think so, yeah.
Which is pretty impressive. And actually last year, I loved the song. You were obsessed with it, weren't you?
Oh my god, I was so devoted when it got disqualified.
I know, me
Well,
too.
they withdrew or something?
They withdrew. They
Do
withdrew.
you know why?
Controversial. Yeah.
Let's not talk talk about
We're not going to go there. It was really, really disappointing. There was some controversial things happening, and I think it sort of, the government sort of said that you can't perform in Russia. So in the end she said, I'm not actually going to do Eurovision at all, which was really disappointing. One, because her song was so good. Boom, boom, it was so good. But also because this is an example where politics takes over the competition, which I for one hate with a passion.
Yeah, music is supposed to bring people together.
Yeah, music is supposed to bring people together. So far today, the 2 songs that I've done, the big 5, 2 of the big 5, have been really underwhelming. And so I need to kind of be waking up a bit, so I'm hoping that Ukraine will do that. And they usually, like, you know, do. So, let's see. This year we've got, oh my god, I haven't talked about my favourite Ukrainian song. How did I miss this? Vershka.
What?
Vershka, how do you say her name?
Oh, Verka Seduchka? Something like that.
She is the queen of queens. She is my queen. Crown it. I am in love with her. And then another queen, Eleni Forera, who is now somehow like holding the title of Queen of Eurovision, even though she's been in like once and didn't even win, but she was like so mind-blowingly amazing that she's now the queen. She then covered the other queen's song. Oh my god.
It's like a queen medley.
So I started watching Eurovision in 2006, and I remember because the year after, me and my sister were like obsessed with Ukraine, and we were like dying, like please win, and then Serbia won, which was really sad.
Can you do the dance?
Also, drag has been in the competition for like a long time, and we only really recognize it with Conchita Wurst, but like a Vershka. How do you say her name?
Verka, just say Verka. Just say talk.
But Verka, like, yes. Is she a man?
Yes. And she's been making appearances in a lot of competitions since.
Not only competitions, she's been making appearances in films. She was in Spy with Melissa McCarthy.
Was she?
Yes.
That's insane.
She was so good. I was in the cinema like, and then she came on and I threw my pot. No, I didn't. I actually just went. Like, you know when you type LOL, I'm really just like, but I thought it was cool.
That is so true.
I forgot about her, I'm getting all excited thinking about her.
The fact that she was on the contest like more than 10 years ago and you're still talking about her.
Iconic.
Yeah.
She is an icon.
Okay, let's go.
Also, I can't wait for Cyprus because I really want to talk about Eleni Forera. Okay, thanks. Maybe it's, we'll soon find out. This is Go A. They are singing a song called Solove from Ukraine. So, let's see what it's like. Sorry. I'm already getting a buzz for this. Okay, we've got a flute motif that's already catching my attention. Wow. Now this is different, which is what I want from the competition. She's got a very unique voice, which I love. Her outfit's cool too. It's very like latex, very sort of like BDSM. Salve. The hook is very like, it's very simple, but I really like it. It's quite powerful actually. Even though it's subtle, it's quite powerful. Da, 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 da. Oh, shoulder dancing. I could be part of them. I really like that flute motif. I mean, we had a winner with a flute motif, didn't we? So, this could be a contender. They're singing in Ukrainian, aren't they? Good. voice has so many colours. It's like soft and tender, but also it's like got some power, some really interesting tone to her voice. I love the chorus. This is like a dance track, you know, you'd really enjoy this in a club. The way she's performing is, she's not really moving, but she seems like so at ease, and she's enjoying it. Oh, there's a drop. She's giving it everything she has. I really enjoyed that. That was so good.
Did you like it?
I really like that song.
Oh yeah.
Salave, salave. It's like saliva. Weird. Salave, 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 salave. So I really like that song, which is good because so far this video has been really boring. Yeah, the chorus was really, I don't know what it was about the chorus. It was very simple, like, but effective. So in the chorus you had these sort of repeated melodies. So you had the first three going da 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 da. You build a song on repeating melody lines, and they've done that, and it seems simple, but it's really effective.
You said 3, but it's 2.
Da 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 da.
No, it goes da 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 da.
It's not Jingle Bells.
No, it goes.
They had this really cool repeated motif in the verse, which is like a repeated melody, for those of you that don't know. And it was on a flute of some kind of wood blowing instrument. That is I mean, it's a woodwind, but it's a wood blowing instrument for those of you who are technical like me. I think it looked like some kind of flute, or no, because a flute's that way. A recorder, might have been some kind of recorder. So this song felt very like Eastern European. There was definitely like a kind of cultural identity to this song, but it also sounded very current. Like I could hear this in a club, like maybe a Eurovision club, but a club nonetheless. I have to say that I'm really happy that Ukraine's brought something again. Like they're the contenders of the competition. You wait until Ukraine releases a song, you're like, pow, this is gonna do well. And this year, it's gonna do well. I think this is probably going to finish definitely left side of the scoreboard, and probably quite high left side of the scoreboard, I'm predicting. Call me Mystic Meg. Yeah, so this song was definitely a comeback. I'm never not going to be disappointed after last year. I'm going to be hearing about that for years. But this was a very good song to come after it, and yeah, her vocals were really cool too. Like I said, she's got a lot of like tonal colours. Like the way she was singing was very powerful at times, but also in that sort of mid-late break section towards the end of the song, she had this really soft tone to her voice, which was really nice. So yeah, I really like this song, and I think it's going to do very well. So, well done, Go A. Thank you for joining me again. Oh my god. I had a splendid time today, and I really do hope I will see you again for the next video, which I personally cannot wait for. Say bye.